welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And we can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea. Purr. And I love my cup mug, and I have one, and you can get one too at LanaG'sCreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below, and the QR code is right there on the screen. So if you wanna, you know, if you wanna click the QR code right over there. You can get your cup mug and take it right to the link to get your cup mug. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup mug and thank you.
Well, hello guys, it is KaMorian, aka Sparkling Alien, and we're back with another episode of That's With the Stars. And let's just say it was a crazy night,
Mm-hmm.
crazy night, as we say.
It was a crazy night, and we're going to talk all about it. Before we do, we want you to do us a quick favor, quick solid. That's hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to this channel and all of our other channels. All the links will be in the description below. We are working very hard to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. We're putting out content constantly, so we would love and appreciate if you will help us out. Subscribe to this channel, all the channels. If you're a fan of drag or drag race or Eurovision Song Contest, all the channels will be in the description below in our link tree. Click that, subscribe. We would appreciate that. Also, follow us on our audio podcast links if you need to check us out on the go because we want to be everywhere you are. So, follow us on our audio podcast links. Join our Patreon for a lot of fun things we got going on in there. Hit up all of our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. And if you ever thought about podcasting and want to be talk about your favorite shows, maybe Dancing with the Stars, this is the time to do so. Hit us up in our Instagram DMs and we would love to hear new voices. So hit us up, let us know you're interested, and we will get back to you as soon as we possibly can. Now, Kamorian, like you said, this was a crazy, crazy week of Dancing with the Stars, and we're going to talk all about it. We're going to jump right into it because I don't think we need to. It was so crazy. I don't want to waste a lot of time, and I just want to talk about it because a lot was going on. So it was TikTok night. I don't know how I feel about TikTok night. I'm be honest. I don't know if
Yeah,
I like TikTok night that much.
yeah. I don't know if the vibe. I think there's certain songs. I don't know if we
Yes,
didn't really go with the dances. I
yes.
don't know. Like, I don't know what the vibe really was. Like, I don't know because when I first came in, like, oh, we're having a tonight. I was like, is it like be like a challenge? You gotta like add like a certain type of like TikTok movement or dance. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
was thinking coming into this. I think also we had Charlie Amelia was there. Shout out to
Mm-hmm.
Charlie, you heard the dancers, but we know when she was first. Now I was like, it's gonna be a guest judge. I think it was just so many questions on how this particular night was gonna go, and I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully, to be honest, hopefully this will be the last time we have a TikTok night. If we gotta be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah. I don't need TikTok night anymore because none of the songs didn't go with the dances, and I just didn't like it that much. But let's get into it. Let's talk about our first couple, Jin and Yan, doing the cha cha cha. What do you think about their dance?
Um, if you didn't, so guys, so her this dance is based off her. I kind of think actually, I think just having her baby just a couple months ago,
Mm-hmm.
that she did a whole TikTok dance of her like, oh, I just had my baby dancing. Da, da, da. So when she first showing in a hospital gown, I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting Love Island references to be on this one of the stars, but Lord,
Hello.
not I'm a mommy. I was like, oh Lord, please
I
don't get
said,
me
not
trauma.
Mamacita. Not
Like,
Mamacita.
nah, nah, but see, but like, please don't give me trauma. Please don't give me trauma. But it was a fun dance. I will say, I'm not gonna lie, it was very flat footed on those occasions. She has the movements down, but I think it's just the technique, the footwork. I think you got to be more grounded with a cha cha. I think just the feet in particular, how to specific way you got to do it. So I think it kind of like took away from me, but it was still a fun performance though. But I just think we gotta work on the fundamentals, especially because we're now getting like I think we're heading to like the middle, like the midway point, halfway point of the competition. So eventually you gotta rise to the occasion. But it was still like a good way to start to the night.
It was a decent dance. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't anything that I'm like, woo. It was good. It was decent. I enjoyed it. I was shocked, like you, to hear Love Island being referenced on Dancing with the Stars. I was like, oh, Nick. But okay, cool. Um, because Nick is the only one I recognize out of this whole thing. But yeah, I thought it was a decent, good, fun dance. What'd you score it?
I gave it a 6.
I too gave it a 6. I thought it was fine. Just it didn't move me. Let's move on to Lauren and Brandon doing the cha cha to a Fifth Harmony song. You ain't gotta work, 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 work. What you think?
Who Jesus? Okay, get it together. Come on, get it together. Okay, okay. So I thought she killed it in my opinion. I think it was still a fun freaking dance. Now I would say I think out of the dancers, I think this was her worst, but I think it was still decent and it means. And then if you wanted to compare her cha cha with Jan cha cha, I believe she did better in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion by far. And I think I think she kind of lost a little. I think lost some foot in the beginning, but then as soon as she fixed it, the rest of the performance was very good. And I love the way she ended it with all her Friend Harmony members there at the end. So it was a fun number, but it was her worst dance. But I think think about it was just her first time in Atlanta. But I think for what was shown, I think she did better than Jen in my opinion. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
It was okay. So my for a full opinion. I think it was a decent dance. She had a couple of mess ups, little wobbles here and there, but I don't think it was a bad dance. I thought it was a decent dance. I thought it was fun. I liked she looked sexy in it. I thought she looked amazing. I liked how she ended it with the Fifth Harmony girls. I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was fun. I appreciated it for what it was. But yeah, I didn't think it was bad. I don't think her last performance was bad. So I'm not understanding the results. But yes, I thought it was fine. What would you score this?
7.
I would too give it a 7. Because like I said, I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was bad at all. Let's move on to Danielle and Pasha doing the foxtrot to a Sabrina Carpenter song. And the actual Sabrina Carpenter sang it because she knows Sabrina Carpenter. But go ahead. What'd you think about this dance?
I mean, if someone's gonna get the rights to Sabrina song, it would have been Miss Monica Topanga. Yes or no? When before Sabrina was in her prime, like where she is now, baby, she was just
Mm-hmm.
little Disney Sabrina, Girl Meets World, little
Mm-hmm.
13, 14 year old in the show with her. So you know what I mean. So Danielle knew from firsthand that who she was working with was gonna be a star eventually. So eventually, it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
like a 4 second moment that's until the person your coworker saw and used to work with on the show. So I think this to me, this is by far her best dance. I felt it was more control. She was
Mm-hmm.
gliding across the floor. It was elegant. It was beautiful. She looked gorgeous. And I
Mm-hmm.
like. I think to me, she's like a very good listener. I think she's really applying those critiques and is improving. And you know what? Like I said, we are agreeing. She just brings a light into the room that you just love. She brings that
Mm-hmm.
presence very well, and I think if she continues to do that and get better every week, she could actually like last long as competition. So I'm
I
very excited for her
I
going
agree
forward.
with you. I agree with that. I think she was so good. She was such a light. She was so I enjoyed her. I enjoyed this foxtrot. I think her and Pasha are really good together. Um, she just listens. He listens. She, like I said, she listens. She listens to the judges. She listens to him. She trusts him. He never steers her wrong. I think they're just a good pair. I like her. I'm very happy with how well she's doing in this competition, and yeah, I love it. I loved it. Scores.
A 7.
I actually gave it an 8. I thought she did really, really good.
Mm.
Jordan and Ezra doing their tango, sings Deity from Dochi.
Mm.
So, what you think? What you think?
I mean, wow. I'm after the results. We get to tell you what happens tonight. Let me tell you, I will be making sure she is in
Mm-hmm.
that finale at the end of this season. Tonight showed that she is the one to watch. We thought last week was the prime example of her. She stepped it up a notch again. And
Mm-hmm.
Ezra on the choreography actually like tapping into like, him being a person that is like kind of like her anxiety to her telling a story with that tango. It was clean, it was crisp, just the way she emoted, the way she glided. It was amazing. It was like a definitely I think one of the top dancers of the night for sure. And just seeing her just leave her heart out, leave it on the floor, and just me just being emotional about it. Just be like, you know what, like you gave her your all, and I was moved by it. I'm so proud of her. She has approved so much in just 3 weeks alone. Right now, she's I'm not gonna lie. I think she's like a for me like a top two winner at it. She is definitely getting better and better. And like so people who approve, and she's literally doing that and just really like for me kind of cementing herself as now one of the ones to watch going forward, like a front runner for sure. So well done, Jordan. I'm so proud of you. As a great job as well.
Yeah, this is so good. This was my favorite dance of the night out of everybody's, and I know it was some really good ones tonight, but that was one of my favorites. She ate this up. The whole story behind this, the way they moved, this tango was like perfect. You would not think a tango would be good for a song like Anxiety, but it was so good. It was so powerful. They looked so strong together, and the story was beautiful, and I thought it was great. I think Ugh, you, she is the one to watch. She is the one to watch. And the way they ended it and had her just standing there and Ezra down and over, like out, it was, you've been in anxiety the whole time and now you are not part of the problem. I love this story. I thought they were amazing. They ate it up. Could do nothing but respect it. My favorite dance of the night. Scores.
8.
I'm giving them a 9 because it was my favorite dance of the night.
All
I thought it was
right.
great. I thought it was so good. It moved me. Moving on to Dylan and Daniella doing the foxtrot. What do we think?
Hmm. I think it was a beautiful dance, but if I had to be honest, I felt this is one of like the dances for me and that I kind of felt was kind of like overscored. I felt this one was very. I think the score for this one was overscored in my opinion. I didn't think it was an 8 worthy for me because I feel like if you give me an 8, you could kind of compare what Jordan did. I feel like what he did was kind of like less of what kind of Jordan did, as a dance wise. I mean, it was still a beautiful dance. It was still beautiful moments. But I still
Mm,
feel like I'm not gonna lie, I would still feel like, you know what, I'm just like the yell just captured my attention the way she moves and laughs. So it was like I'm trying to focus on you, but I just can't really, I'm looking at the yellow, but also I think Kenya was kind of like, I know she was like, how do I judge this? You know what I mean? Because it's like your skill level, da da da. But I think it was still a good number. I think I would say it maybe more like I think maintaining the frame and the focus for me could have been better for me. Also, I noticed for me, so it wasn't an 8 for me, but it was still a good first ballroom dance for him. I love that he's actually really like trying to learn how to master that technique. He actually wants to do what's required for this competition. So I really like that he's one of the few who's actually taking it seriously, really applying, and really being a good just a good learner.
I agree. I think this dance was fine. Danielle is definitely the star. Of course, we see she is the star. And the way she moves is just amazing. But I think Dylan is he's doing good. He's improving every week. I will say that every dance he's getting better and better. So I don't mind him being here. I don't mind him sticking around for a little while longer. Um, this dance was, it was nice. It was, had, like you said, it had good moments. Was it a complete great dance? No, but it was a lot of good moments in a dance. So once he learns how to tie that all together and have a great dance instead of great moments in a dance, it's going to be amazing. So for me, it was fine. It was good. I do agree with you. I do think it was overscored a little bit. I think it was overscored a little bit, but what would you have scored it?
It was still good, so it was still a solid 7 for me. It just wasn't
Yeah,
8. You want to, you know what I mean?
yeah, it was a 7 for me too. It was a 7. It was fine. Elaine and Alan doing the tango. What do we think?
I mean, it's gnarly. Everything's gnarly. I mean, I gotta say, I was not expecting for them to get the actual audio to that song because I just know, like, just a company who runs that. They had, based on cast like, BTS, one of the biggest of
Hmm.
all time. I mean, just to get the rights for that is very tricky. So kudos to them, but also, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know, I don't know. Not only it's not like a tango song to me, you know what I mean? Especially like the type of dance a tango is requires. I don't think it works with a tango. For me, I would have probably personally, if it was like a paso doble, it would have. I think a paso doble would have fit this more better. But I
Hmm.
gotta say, props to Alan for making this a tango worthy dance with the song. So I gotta give him props to it. He made it work. I think she did very good. Like just seeing this fair side, it was nice, clean. I would say, a little more grounded in the knees, and she just kind of like just get a little more into it. I think sometimes I think it just I think it was requires. I think she wasn't really fully grounded all the time, but it was still like solid. So and plus, I got to give it to her. This was a hard dance to do with a song like that. So I mean, so I'm gonna give you a gnarly yes performance. A good job, Elena Allen.
I think I agree with you. I think this song was interesting. A paso doble to this song would have been so much better. Like you hit the nail on the head with that. Like absolutely. But I think they did good for what what they were given. The choreography was good. It was very hard, and she pulled it off. I agree. She needs to not. Her knees are so locked all the time, and it's just like for me, I want it to be a little bit more. I don't know, the hold needs to be stronger and it just, but it was good though. I was moved, and I know I said it a lot, but I was moved by the performance. I thought it was a good performance. I don't know about the song choice for this dance, but it was fine. Scores.
I'm a solid 7.
Solid 7 indeed. I think they got this one right. Whitney and Mark doing the samba.
I'm not gonna lie. I know this. I know this dance had like a lot of mixed opinions. Okay, but with the first off, a lot of ass shaking. I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm.
What I heard, I'm not gonna lie. I thought they were going to do the clean version of the song. So
Me too.
what I heard, shake your ass. I'm like, wait a minute, what? They say your ass on ABC Disney Television, ABC,
Hmm.
and there's kids in the audience. What? Shake your
Hmm.
ass. Baby, I'm gonna say Whitney was bouncing that booty up and down, popping, locking, dropping it high. And this was a fun routine. I know like a lot of people's like, where was the samba? I saw the samba things in there. I saw a lot of things that were samba related. At the end of the day, I like the mix of the samba and the TikTok, like the bending vibes. So there was like a lot of bending moves with samba, but it was still a samba. I saw what they were doing, and they're about the song that we're doing with a samba. Like you looked at like how am I supposed to do a dance samba to that song, like in just particular. So they made it work. They were killing it. They were fun. One of my favorite
Hmm.
performances of the night. She was killing it. She was killing it though. It was a fun routine. I enjoyed it.
It was fun, and there definitely was some samba in the dance. I'm literally looking at it right now. It is some samba in the dance. But it was a nice mix of
Hmm.
samba and then fun, shaking it because the song called for that. They just I wanted a samba roll though. I will say that. I will say that
Yeah,
I
I think
wanted a samba
that
roll.
that's what people was like. It wasn't a samba because it was a samba roll. So that's what it was like. I was like that's what was like. It wasn't given samba. So I was like, oh, but I think but luckily Mark's mother, the queen, Miss Shirley Battis, the Latin
Hmm.
queen herself, Obama, the expert, was like, let me
Hmm.
break it down for you. Let me show what they were doing. So
No,
props to
I mean I
mama.
saw it. Like even without listening to the
Yeah.
breakdown, I you could see the samba move. Like they did the whole boom boom
Hmm.
boom bop 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 bop. You know they did that. And just because it's not a samba roll doesn't mean it's not a samba. It is a
Hmm.
samba. They did samba moves. They just didn't do the samba roll. But I just love a good samba roll, so I wanted to see it. But I'm not mad that they that, and I'm not gonna say it wasn't a samba. I do think it was a samba. It was a very clean samba, and it was fun. This was another one of my favorites of the night because it was fun. I just like Mark. Mark just does no wrong for me, and I just like Mark and how he choreographs things and how fun it is. And Whitney is killing it every single time. So I like this. Scores.
A bootylicious, bouncy, shake your ass eight.
Period. A bootylicious eight is what it is because they what ate? They ate. They ate. Let's go to Scott and Rylee doing their jazz number. What do we
Okay,
think?
diva alert. Okay, that was his best dance. That was his best dance. I feel like he
It
was
really
locked in.
was.
I feel like like you know what? Especially like think about it, he was doing a K-pop song like Jenny. I love that song. I love Jenny for Blackpink. So of course he's like, I gotta give it. There's no room for error for me. I gotta show like this is my lane. I love K-pop. Like you said, like he did it for his wedding, for his wedding with his husband. Like, that if you haven't seen that, guys, go check his page. That was like he was killing it. He was so like seeing like it was cute. I think it was. I think Mangala, I would say personally, it kind of read more hip hop than jazz to me. But
Mhm,
also, if you think about it,
mhm,
we when it comes to the show in terms of the word jazz, lucky y'all, it's basically like anything,
mhm,
anything. Pretty much, it's it's like a basically like a mini freestyle. That's basically
mhm.
what it is. A mini freestyle, what it is. But it was still a good solid number. I think he killed it. I just hopefully just going forward now. Now he's kind of like locked in now. I really hope he does that same thing when it comes to like Latin and Barmer. I think he would do very well in Latin for sure. I think when it comes to Barmer, I think just putting that effort in those. So that's the only thing I was worried about that. But I think first like if we do like a Charleston, like a jive, I think he got in the bad. I think just the ballroom dancers, I think that's the problem that everybody's kind of like worrying about. How about him in the ballroom? But it was still a great redemption dance for him. I think his breakthrough dance for me. Good job, Scott.
Yeah, he did a really good job. He is somebody who's growing week by week, and so I like seeing that. I do agree with you. I think this is more of a hip hop dance than a jazz, but he wanted to get his freestyle out the way. He wanted to get his little foot wet for the freestyle, which is fine. But I thought it was fun, and they looked like they had fun doing it. Riley was like, "Y'all keep talking about my choreography. Let me show y'all what I could do." And she pulled out this good jazz number, jazz slash hip hop number. I thought it was cute. I thought he did well. He improved. He can, if he just continues to stay on this pattern of improvement week by week, he'll be here for a minute, and I appreciate Scott. Of course,
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna. It was kind of hard. It was between an 8 and a 7 for me, but I'm just gonna give it an 8. I thought he killed it for me.
I gave him a
Every
solid
dance. So
seven. Yeah, I gave him a solid seven. Let's move on to Hilaria and Gleb doing the samba. What you think?
yeah. Okay. So I think what, yeah. I think okay. Hilaria is good. I think she's very good at dancing. I think this was good. I think for me, I think I just have to judge her way harder than everybody else. I got especially if you have that previous line of
Mm-hmm.
experience. I have to really judge you on a standard that is on your level, and you not like kind of like a so. This was a good dance, but technically, I would say there were some moments. I think she was kind of on time a little bit, but I think she still got the hips. But I think I understand she had like some hip problem because as we know, her hip injury. You know what I mean? But she
Mm-hmm.
made it work. I think you know, it was solid. You know what I mean? That's the problem is she gives these solid good performances, but this thing is she does not feel like it doesn't feel warming. Like you don't feel like you don't like you don't get excited to it's coming. It's
Mm-hmm.
there. It's there. That's it's pretty much what it is. But like she's a good solid dancer. So far the dance lover, she's very good. But it just we want you to we haven't really felt like what you're giving. Like I would like hey, this performance was so good. I'm gonna keep watching it back and forth. When I'm done, what I mean, go back to it. So, is that I think just also technical wise, she had a couple of I think slip ups a little bit, but it was still a decent solid number. She danced very good, so I'm not surprised that she's gonna do good.
Yeah, I'm never moved by her. I'm never moved by her. That's the unfortunate thing. I'm just never excited to see her dance. Even when she does well, I'm just never excited. She doesn't give me excitement. She doesn't make me want to see her dance again. Um, it's just like technically it's all technical, but no emotions, no feelings. So, it was fine. Scores.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Yeah, me too. Because she's technically fine. And I got my samba robe. So, Andy and Emma, what we think?
I mean, it was such a sweet, beautiful number. It was. I would say I think you kind of you kind of really kind of felt just a smile at it. It's a fun. It was like a fun, beautiful number. You kind of felt in the room, sweet. But I can't. I mean, much as I love him, I think you only do the sympathy act for so long, and I mean, like yes, he is improving. That's what the show's about. Really trying to give your heart to the weak. So he is giving his best. But for me, just turns of I'll end there. I want to say great dancing at the end, and I feel like it's your time. It's your time. We can't, we gotta like eventually we gotta let these weeklies go. The weak people gotta go, in order for your favorites who are good to stay in the competition. So it was still some good moments, but I think his footwork needs to be better. But to me, I don't know. Personally, I don't feel it deserved the same score as Lauren and Brandon got. Personally, I
Mm,
think it should have been lower. So as also it's kind of like it does not make sense that it was the same score as what Lauren Brandon did, in my opinion. But it was still a beautiful number. I don't hate Andy. You know what I mean? I think he's a lovely person. I think just in general, I want a dance competition. I want good dancing. So it had to judge on the dancing. It wasn't really enough of it.
I think he did good. I think he did as good as he can with what they have. It was sweet. I love the grab of the camera and spinning around. I thought that was a good moment. Um, I just thought it was fun. Was it the traditional technical foxtrot? No, but it was still good, and I thought it was nice. Andy's sweet. I don't know how much longer he's going to be there. He probably, if he makes it through this week, I don't know, but it was fine. There's next week coming up, but it was fine. Scores.
It's gonna be a 5 for me.
I'm gonna give him a 6. Robert Irwin and Whitney dancing the
Uh,
salsa.
First though, I don't want to say y'all keep on set up this cover with these songs. Like last week, a tango to move your feet. Now a salsa to I'm wondering are they gonna spit the tempo for him, far as like the song. But when I heard this tempo spot, I'm like, maybe I don't like this tempo. It doesn't really give salsa. How am I supposed to do a salsa to this song and this tempo? I would say I gotta give Minnie the best her proud. She tried to make it work. But you know what? Let's say today though, when like I remember I told my friend Morgan on TikTok group, I was like in the group chat, I was like, y'all prepare, cause Robert, the shirt is coming off. The
Of
shirt is coming
course.
off, and then
Absolutely.
eventually, what happened? The shirt came off, and the crowd were wow. So I didn't mess one with the shirt, but I think I would say I kind of agree it was kind of rigid, but I'm not gonna
Hmm.
lie, the way they were coming for him, say it was a really da da da. Da, I really thought he was gonna get sixes or something, and then boom. I mean the scores. I was kind of got by the scores a little bit, but I think he did his best. I personally, this is not my favorite dance of him personally.
No.
I feel he could do way better, but also due to the circumstances, I mean, he was set up wrongly because how you to do a song to that, personally. Y'all can make it work. Let me know, send a video, but there was no way in heck you're supposed to do a song to that song. That was impossible. I don't know how she when he does it, but that was crazy to me.
That wasn't a salsa. I don't know what that was. That was a bunch of other stuff, but it wasn't a salsa. It was not. It was not a salsa. Um, I was just like I'm looking at him, literally looking at him, so I can make sure I'm saying right. That was not a salsa. That was a lot of other things in a dance put together. Was it a good dance? Yes. Whitney did a really good job of what she had. Was the music horrible for this song for a salsa? Yes, absolutely yes. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. This just wasn't a salsa to me. It wouldn't have got scored as high as it did for me, but he took his shirt off, so I guess they liked that. Somebody liked it. Not for me, but somebody liked it. But scores.
I hate how they have to do this to him, but I love Robert so much. I gotta be fair. I have to be fair. So it has to be a six. I'm
Six.
sorry. It has
Six
to
is
be a six.
definitely a
I'm sorry. It
six.
has to be a six. It has to be a six. I was this guy about an eight from who gave him an eight?
Who gave him that eight? Was it Carrie? Probably
No, I think
Carrie. No, no, it might be Bruno.
it was.
Who gave him an eight? Let me see. Let me
I think
see.
it was there. Give him an eight.
Did Derek give him a see Derek? Don't make me be mad at you. Don't.
I think it was him. I'm not sure.
Let me see. Let me look. Cause I if he gave him an eight, I promise you. Did he give him an eight? No, it was Carrie Ann.
Oh, Karen gave him an eight for that.
Carrie Ann
Oh
gave him an
yeah,
eight.
I forgot. No, I'm sorry. Because Derek said it was Richard. Bruno said Bruno and Derek agreed the same thing. Okay, yeah, it was Karen. I'm sorry. It was
Yeah.
Karen.
I'm about to say
I was
Derek
like,
better not have pissed me off because
no,
Derek
'cause
is
I
my
was
voice of reason.
no, 'cause I was like Derek. I'm like the Derek literally said it was Richard. So why would we give him an eight? So that makes sense. Like, oh, of course it was Karen. Well,
Of course. And let's wrap it up, rounding it out is Alex and Val doing the quick step.
I would
What'd you
say
think?
I think for me for them, I think far as like mixing TikTok dances with the actual choreography, this was the best one. They were able
Mm-hmm.
to do it perfectly from doing the TikTok dance right into the quiz stuff. I think this is her best dance by
I
far.
agree.
And I actually feel like we saw some personality for her. I feel like she
Yes.
like the best I saw her like express herself. Maybe because of the song, like maybe because of the song, you know what I mean? Because I think she maybe the song in particular, you know what I mean? But it was fun. But like the way, like from the TikTok to the quick stuff, it was beautiful. I think the quality of dancing was good. I think her figure was on time. The frame was beautiful, amazing. Like I'm like Alex is really kind of like getting better, and I'm kind of like what? I'm starting to like really appreciate you more, like what you're doing. Keep having this. Just do it more going forward with the dances as we go late in the competition, and really kind of like let that inner wall you're having in front, just let it down. Let us see the
Mm-hmm.
true you. Let us get to know. Let's get to appreciate what you have to offer. So, but far as that great choreography, that Val, you clocked it. Good job, Alex. A great way to end the night for me. So definitely, I think one of my top dances was the nice. Yeah, they're one of my top dances for me. As far as like trying to mix TikTok moves with the choreography, actual like ballroom dance. It worked perfectly. So good job.
Yeah, they did a good job. I think Val's choreography was amazing. Alex pulled it off amazingly. This was definitely her better dance. She wasn't as stiff as she was the first 2 weeks for me. I was actually moved by her performance this time. Usually I'm just like, don't really care. This time I actually did like it. I cared. I thought she did a really, really good job. I appreciated Alex for this dance. I think I appreciated Val for the choreography. It was good. I didn't mind it at all. So, scores. I would give this, if it was me, I would give it, I would give it a, you know what? I would give it an eight. I would give it a solid 8 for me. But that is that. We do have to talk about our eliminated um, dancers this week, which I am not happy about because honestly, I did not feel like this person deserved to go. I felt like this person did a really good job last week, which should have carried over to this week. Was this her best week this week? No. But I think she did a really good job. And I think it was a tragedy, a robbery, a disservice to see Lauren go here and Brandon. It was just, did not like it. Did not like it at all. I thought it was just messed up. And I'm sad to see her go, and I'm glad that she was able to just say, be honest, like she was pissed, and she said it, like she's pissed, and I'm pissed for her. It was horrible. I didn't like it. I'm annoyed, but Lauren, you are loved here. You did a great job. I really, truly, truly appreciated you. Um, but that is that on that. We have to get out of here because guess what? I have more content to make for you guys. So I'm gonna wrap this up and saying that we appreciate Lauren. We appreciate you for what you did. I know this is a very sad, sad occasion, sad, sad moment to say goodbye to Lauren because it was a highway robbery. It was robbery at its finest. I'll let KaMorian say what they want to say really quickly before we wrap it up.
Yeah, I was, that was my team, so I was very shocked and disappointment. I was like, but seeing them so close to Andy's score, I was like, eventually people gonna like love Andy and Emma did. So I would just, but still, it's kind of like disappointing, and like this always happens to Brandon every time. Like it's crazy to me that it always happens to him. It's like it's insane to me. Like I'm in just shock. I'm disappointed. This is why I feel like the judges say to be brought. I feel like if there was a judge's save, she would have still been here, in my opinion. But I'm not gonna lie, I was also kind of worried for Elaine. I was like, say it Lauren, it was a Lauren. What would have been Elaine? Because I think what Andy and Emma did kind of pushed them to next week in some kind of way. So I mean, it just shows that like I'm upset, but it shows like we need to vote, y'all. We need to vote.
Absolutely.
The, this just showed that this is one of the most competitive seasons ever. The votes is crazy, and it can happen again. So you just need to vote. Yeah,
Absolutely. Support
I'm
your
gutted.
faves.
Yeah, I'm gutted. I'm very gutted though. I mean, like
Yeah.
Lauren said, I'm pissed. I was pissed when
I
let me
was
tell you,
pissed
I was
for.
pissed. I
But
like it was crazy, and you know what I mean? Yeah.
absolutely, we have to. But yeah, Lauren, you're loved. You did a great job. But we're gonna get out of here because, like I said, I got more stuff to do, more content to make for you guys. We appreciate you joining us for this amazing episode of Dance with Stars. Remember to vote for your faves. If you want your faves to stay, you have to vote for them. And also subscribe to this channel because we're trying to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. So subscribe to this channel and all of our other channels. All the links will be in the description below, as well as our audio podcast links, our Patreon, all of our socials at The Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You can follow Kamori and myself if you want. And where you can get your cup mug is on the screen. It's been there the whole time. But get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. And we're going to get out of here. And we'll be back next week talking. I think it's disco night. Can't remember. But we'll be back, whatever it is, we'll be talking about it. So we're gonna go. So till next week, keep dancing and cheers, y'all. Bye.